What is going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Today, we're going to be talking about the auto rifle that came out with Iron Banner last week. Since we're going to have 4 more of these, thought I would give y'all the God Roll for this, which absolutely slaps people up inside of the Crucible, and also has a pretty interesting set of rolls for the PvE realm as well. We are talking about the Lethal Abundance. This thing is a 360 RPM, so shoots a little bit slower, but absolutely daps people up, like I said. Getting it from the Iron Banner, so we're gonna have many more chances this season, with it being so long, to snag you guys a perfect 5 out of 5 God Roll for this bad boy. So starting us off with the origin trait, yes, it is a PvP based origin trait in my opinion. Sulking Wolf, well at low health Guardian, final blows with this weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from others' radar. This will be for a 10-second duration, which is absolutely kind of nuts inside of the Crucible. When you go off of someone's radar and you get enhanced radar, this thing is just crazy to sneak up on somebody. Plus, like I said, we're using keep away with this, so we're not even creeping up on people. We're just going to be able to map them from just outside of that radar range with this and not even come up. Now, as you can see right here in the stats, we have some pretty insane range on this with 92 as well as that 58 stability. This is partially because of that small bore range and stability +7, as well as that ricochet rounds range +5, stability +10. Definitely feels the best to me. Inside of that first column, you could go something like hammer forged rifling, which will give you a little bit more range, cranking it up to 95, but we lose all 7 of that stability, so wasn't really worth it in my opinion. Now, for the God Roll for this, I am going easily with Keep Away Target Lock with a Masterwork of Stability. Keep Away has the increased reload range and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity, so we are basically getting that 100 range with Keep Away when that bad boy is procced. On top of that, we are getting a target lock, so we get increased damage the longer this weapon remains on a target, so you can get that nice juicy damage against somebody in their super, and it just procs pretty quickly, so you're just melting Guardians with this slower paced auto rifle that just absolutely slaps. As for a second option, in my opinion, also very good, we got Dynamic Sway in the third column for that improved accuracy and stability when you are continuously holding down the trigger, mixed with Onslaught, so final blows with this weapon increase its rate of fire. Very interesting perk to me. Not really that great in my opinion. It does work really good in 6s, I will say, because you're gonna have more options to shoot continuously with people, but I think it is more of a 6s perk than a 3s, which target lock definitely takes the cake there, but I would go with Keep Away as well in this slot, but Dynamic Sway is also a very good perk. Now, when we go on to the PvE side of this thing, some pretty good rolls, not as good as something like Rufus's Fury in my opinion because of Demolitionist Paracausal Affinity, but it has some pretty interesting perks, especially with a new one in our third column. First off, we got that small bore again, just feels right for the stability and range on this. Nothing else really piques my interest in the first column. Second, we have Appended Mag. It gives us that nice increase to magazine size without having the negative of something like Extended Mag, which absolutely tanks our reload speed by 20. So I always go with Appended Mag right here inside of this column for that magazine. So, for our first perk in the third column, Lichen Splice. This is our new one from this season. Casting our class ability allows this weapon to sever targets on hits for a brief duration, up to a maximum number of targets. So it's like 3 or 4 targets that you can sever. You can't just continuously sever 80 targets with one single bullet on each of them, if that makes sense to y'all. On top of that, another new perk, Enlightened Action. Dealing damage improves reload and handling. Very, very good for the reload in my personal opinion for this, so you can continuously deal that damage. Handling, not as important inside of the PvE realm, but also can be useful just in those damage situations, switching between this, fusion rocket, whatever you are using for the damage. So last, in our fourth con, we got Hatchling as our first option. Precision final blows or rapidly defeating targets with non-precision weapon spawns a threadling at the target's location. So this is just nice for that strand synergy, pairing it to give us more of those threadlings, which we can absolutely juice out on things like our hunter and our warlock specifically, in my personal opinion. Last but certainly not least, we have attrition orbs, also a new perk. Dealing sustained damage creates orbs of power. Now this right here isn't really that crazy of a perk in my opinion from what I've tested with it. It isn't giving you orbs like every 3 or 4 hits. It takes a good second for the attrition orbs to get procced, so not my favorite, but it is an interesting perk to throw on some of these PvE weapons, especially when you're doing damage to champions, stuff like that. Having those little extra orbs can help for sure in the long run with some of those mods on your armor pieces, etc. like that. And we are going to be using a stability masterwork as well on the PvE side of things, just because it does bounce a little bit with being a slower firing auto rifle. It'll take that extra damage, but it also bounces a little bit more. So totally up to y'all for the masterwork in PvE, but I really like stability on it. So definitely this thing is absolutely juiced inside of the Crucible. I'm gonna go with giving it a good 4.8 out of 5 for the Crucible. And then for PvE, pretty run-of-the-mill in my personal opinion. Maybe like a 3.84 out of 5 for the PvE realm, because we do got some better ones in the Strand category, but definitely a very, very good auto rifle. So once those banners come back, like I said, I'm pretty sure we got 4 more of them this season, so be on the lookout of that. We got 7 months of this season, and hopefully you'll be able to get the 5 out of 5 God rolls for both PvE and PvP. So thank y'all again for watching. Truly appreciate it. Y'all have been killing it. One-Eyed Jedi on all of the socials. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of this content, as well as join the Discord. Everything is down in the description below. Like I said, One-Eyed Jedi on all of my socials. So again, thank y'all for the support. Means a lot to me. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.